Keita Williams. I'm the founder and chief strategist of Success Bully. Success Bully is an accountability practice. We work with champions to get their goals done. I get to kick butt from one end of the country to the other. And thank you for joining us as we round out our July Jumpstart series with the amazing Sarah Blankinship, CEO of RightSciences and co-founder of the exclusive CEO Wattage Group. I've talked with you about BHAGs previously on the show, the Big Hairy Audacious Goal. And if you are fancy pants, it's the Big Hairy Ass Goal, depending on how you want to talk about it. When I first met Sarah, she gave a whole entire presentation on BHAGs, and my life has been forever changed. Do one thing every day to bring you closer to your BHAG. In this episode, Sarah and I discuss how hope is not a strategy, especially for entrepreneurs. You've got to take it from hope to putting action behind that hope, and you have to control your behaviors to get closer to the goal. You have to find joy in the actions that get you to the goal. So find that inspiration in doing those little steps every day. So this is one of my favorite questions. How do you and how have you navigated the emotional roller coaster that goes along with an entrepreneurship? I know we were talking about the trough of despair. Mm-hmm. So how do you get out of the trough, or like how do you dig your way out before you're like too low in the trough? Hashtag Power Tribe.
Right. Yeah. It's building the women's network. It's being able to compartmentalize and not be thrown by every up and down. You know, you almost can't react to anything, mm-hmm. right? I now go into a pitch meeting with zero hope. There's no hope left. If money happens, it's a bonus. It's a surprise.
You're like,
oh my God.
Sweet, I was back in my bag.
But there's no hope for it. You know, you don't waste your hope. That's a strategy that is not tenable in entrepreneurship. Hope is not a strategy. You know, you have to have data. You have to have friends. You have to have accountability. You have to have a accountability partners. So that's why we loved the accelerator programs.
Did you hear that, people? You have to have an accountability partner. Building a whole business.
I know. You need someone like Keita to make sure you're hitting your goals, getting your customers, you know? So yeah, it's been a number of ways, and it's also been being okay with being down, you know? Just surviving is winning, right? As we're talking about.
Yeah.
Up or down doesn't matter. That we're still in business, that we're still
winning,
paying taxes, you know, we're winning. So yeah, just not giving up. But I've probably learned how to talk less about the daily ups and downs.
Okay.
You know, because I can't even go through them. As you know, like again and again. You know, I can't relive them with my partner every day. So really trying to pick a path that seems smooth, even when one day it's triumph and the next it's tragedy.
Oh yes.
You know, so
sometimes it's for me in the same 90 seconds.
Right.
Where it's like, yes, no.
You know, one of my learnings in our accelerator program is the concept of the Big Hairy Audacious Goal.
Yes, the BHAG.
Yeah, BHAG.
Do something every day to get to the BHAG.
Yes.
When we first met, like I was tingling. You had done a whole presentation on BHAG, mm-hmm. and I was like, this is exactly what I need to be doing. Because sometimes the big picture can be so overwhelming, but knowing like every day, take another step closer to it, you'll get it done.
Right, exactly. So I decided that our BHAG for the company, for RightSciences, was going to be patch the world. Right. So you want to
go big.
You want to come up with a gigantic statement, mm-hmm. and then try and grow into that statement. Right.
Right.
And so I also likened it to like playing tennis. You know, I have my basket of balls, the tennis court, it's empty. It's just me out there, and I have a net. And all I can do is hit those tennis balls back across that net. My balls. You know, I can't control what anybody else does with them once they get them. Mm-hmm. You know, I just have to do everything I can to sort of get my balls back across that net and then wait for the responses to that. And some maybe came back that day or that week, and some maybe took a year or two. You know, it took us 3 years to get licensed in the state of Washington, which was a shock, you know, going from, again, shipping very fast software products into going into a very bureaucratic state-regulated system that wasn't interested in innovation or speed or efficiency, it became a challenge for us to figure out how to work around those bigger systems that wouldn't allow us to innovate and scale. Yeah, it's really motivational, right? So every no was like a kick in the lady balls to get back up and keep going, And I'm like, no, it's a yes, actually. I know I'm doing the right thing.
That's a yes.
Yeah, I'm not repositioning my product or my framework or, I'm going to keep doing the thing that will get as many patches on the world as I can, right? And if it's not this system, I'm going to find another one. I'm going to find another one. I'm going to find another woman sponsor for the most part, and it's been the women's network collaborating to really add the rocket fuel to our scalability.
So we've chatted a bit about the serendipity that happens with entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. And you've experienced some like big wins here and some exponential growth. I want to hear more about that and tell me a little bit about like your expansion and kind of, I know there were some really magical moments that we've chatted about in the last few weeks. So share that.
Well, I think it's part of the practice of continuing to put yourself out there, right? And we've talked about, I'm an introvert, right? That sort of presents well
so
in the real world.
Faking extrovert.
So I don't love a big social gathering or a conference. I don't love that for myself, but I understand that I have to put myself in the position of making as many connections and opportunities possible, right? So I have to do it. So I sort of have a commitment to myself that I'll network at least a few times a month into an uncomfortable place.
Ooh.
Right. So I want to be outside of my comfort zone at least once a month, usually twice if I can deal with that, right?
That's such a great nugget. Like just twice a month, get out of your comfort zone.
Try a meetup that you normally wouldn't go to, or something at the Columbia Tower Club that's put on by their entrepreneurship club, or at any one of the accelerators. There's a lot of events going on. So just trying to put myself into a different situation and out of my immediate vertical. We almost never network in my immediate vertical. We network in startups and women in startups and entrepreneurship in general, but we try and stay out of any vertical.
Thank you again for joining me. Do something daily that directly ladders into your personal BHAG. As Sarah said, you only control hitting your tennis balls across the net. I implore you to move past just hoping and wishing and thinking positive thoughts to putting action behind everything. So, friendly reminder, we are produced with love by Large Media. That's larjmedia.com. You can always keep up with my antics and my inspirational foolery on Twitter and Instagram. I feel like I'm going to roll out a video series where I do like 30-second butt kickings. So look for that. I guess I'll have to like get dressed every day and put on makeup for that, but we'll see. Not that I don't, but sometimes I'm in my pajamas. If you are interested in chatting more with me about your personal goals, you can book a one-on-one consultation via successbully.com. Looking forward to chatting with you. And until next time, I'm Keita Williams.